Keenan is sending in Ravemon to battle the Double Dragon duo.
I'm counting on you.
I won't do it.
There's nobody else I trust.
What you're asking is insane.
I'm not asking.
It's a suicide mission.
Then prepare for death.
I have rolled to go first, so I'll hatch the Gigimon. I'm then going to Digivolve into the Gilmon. And then on brand, I'm going to play the Fireball so that I can draw 2 cards. Definitely want a lot of draw with the Lynx deck. My opponent is going to draw and hatch the Pinamon. They're then going to Digivolve into the Tsukaimon. Choosing to play out the Falcomon, they'll search the top 3 cards of their deck. They're going to grab the Peckmon and then place the other 2 to the bottom of the deck in any order. That will be the end of their turn, so it'll pass back to me on 1. Not a lot of memory to work with, definitely not what I like with the DragonLinks deck. I'm going to move out and immediately swing with the Gilmon so that I can draw 2. That first check is going to be a Keenan, so setting up their Tamers is not what I want to do. I'm going to play out the Lava Garudamon so I can delete the Falcomon, just to have 1 less body on the board, and that will play out the Hina as well with the on-play. The Tsukaimon is going to move out of Raising. They're going to Digivolve into a Peckmon. They're going to be able to Digivolve into the Chromon as well. Now, utilizing the fact that they have a Tamer on the field, they can swing and Digivolve into the Ravemon. Ravemon is doing 1 check with jamming, so they're pretty safe from anything that I could reveal. It's just going to be the Jazardmon, and then Ravemon's going to take a quick step outside. Now all the on deletions trigger, starting with Peckmon. I'll trash 1 card from my hand, then Chromon will make me trash another card, and then add the top card of my security to hand. Then going to use the Chromon inheritable to delete the Lava Garutamon. Then suspending Keenan, they will gain a memory. They've gained a memory from them to the Tsukaimon and the Pinamon as well, and they draw a card. Then going to play out another Keenan. I do not trash anything from my hand, so they're going to gain a memory and draw a card, and then playing another Keenan. I'm going to hatch a Gigimon and then Digivolve into the Vorvomon. I will swing at security with the Gilmon, doing another 2 draws. It will get deleted this time, and I know that Ravemon is coming back and they're probably going to burst next turn, so I'm just going to play out the Metallic Dramon. That is going to set my opponent to 8, but that means that they will not be able to Digivolve unless they are suspended, so no Ravemon Burst shenanigans should occur. Ravemon is then played from trash, suspending the Keenan to gain a memory. We'll point out here as well that because this happens at the end of my turn, that means that the Keenan should unsuspend at the start of my opponent's turn. We don't do this right here, but we do pick up on it at the start of the next turn. My opponent will hatch another Pinamon. They will then play the Ravemon option to delete the Ravemon and deleting the Metallic Dramon, which just sets up Ravemon again.
These kids started killing themselves all over my property.
My opponent is then going to suspend the 2 Keenans so they can gain another 2 memory and draw another 2 cards. They are back up to 7 memory, so they've got a lot to do on their turn still. They're going to Digivolve into the Falcomon, Digivolve into the Peckmon, then play another Falcomon. They'll search, grab another Falcomon. They're just going to Digivolve into the Peckmon for 2, playing out a Falcomon to end their turn. This plays around a lot of things that I can actually do with my Metallic and Volcanic Dramons, so it's pretty smart by them. I'm going to gain a memory from the Hina, then move out the Vorvomon. I'm then going to play out the Jazarichmon, which is going to cost me 8. I'm able to Digivolve the Peckmon into a Falcomon and play out another Hina. Ravemon is then going to come back, and this is where we remember that the Keenan should have been unsuspended from the last turn, so then he can suspend it now so that he gains another memory, starting his turn at 5, unsuspending all his Tamers correctly this time. Peckmon is going to move out from Raising. They're then going to return Keenan to hand to Digivolve for free into Ravemon Burst Mode. Ravemon Burst Mode's effect will allow them to look at my hand, discarding the Jazarichmon. Because I have 7 or less cards in hand, I add the top card of my security to hand. They are then going to swing at security with the Ravemon Burst, putting the Jazarichmon to the bottom of my deck so they can delete the one that's on the field. First check is just going to be a Gilmon. They'll swing with the Peckmon. It's just a Jazarichmon, which will get deleted, but they just swing the Falcomon to end game. Game 2 starts, I'm going to hatch the Gigimon and then Digivolve into the Jazzamon. Rather than playing the Jazardmon, I'm going to choose to Digivolve into it for 2, passing turn on 2, just to make sure that my opponent doesn't have too much memory to work with. They're going to hatch the Pinamon and Digivolve into the Falcomon. They're then playing the purple memory boost to look at the top 4 cards of their deck. They're going to choose to grab the Chromon, popping the rest to the bottom of the deck in any order. They've choked me at 1, so I'm going to just play out the Hina so that I can hopefully gain some more memory in the future and do some of my Digivolve effects. They're going to Digivolve into the Peckmon. Playing out the Keenan, I am choosing not to trash anything, so they will gain a memory and draw another card, which does mean that I have less memory to work with than I want again. I'll just Digivolve and Raising into the Lava Garutamon, setting my opponent back to 1. They're going to start their turn. They're not going to move out the Peckmon. They're just going to play another Keenan. This one is the memory setter though, so I won't be able to choke them anymore. But I do have enough set up to be able to do what I want now. So I'm going to Digivolve into the Metallicdramon for 4, and then I'm going to be able to suspend the Hina to prevent them from Digivolving unless they're suspended. We do forget about the memory setting, unfortunately, but they play the Analog Youth, grabbing the Ravemon. That is going to choke me at 1, which is probably in their favor because I definitely want more memory to work with. I'll hatch the Gigimon, then Digivolve into the Jazzamon, and then I'm going to swing at security, just doing 1 check at 14,000. It's just going to be a Chromon, so I will survive that check, and then I'm going to play out the Jazzardmon so I can search the top 4, hopefully seeing a Tina. I don't, but I'll take another Metallicdramon and add that to my hand. Metallicdramon's effect isn't going to prevent them from Digivolving this turn, so they've probably got a lot that they're going to be able to do. We've cut out a bit of a misplay segment here, but essentially they move out, they Digivolve into the Chromon, and that's when I reboot. It should have happened earlier, so instead they're just going to stay in Raising, Digivolve into the Chromon. Trying to avoid any confusion around this, so hopefully this helps. They're then going to Digivolve into the Ravemon in Raising, so they're setting up for a big turn next turn, and I'm going to start my turn. I'll move out the Jazzamon, Digivolve into the Jazzardmon. I'm then going to suspend the Hina so I can do the on-play effect, which is search the top 4, grab a Hina and a dragon of some description. Gonna grab the Lava Garitamon. And going to swing at security with the Metallicdramon. That's going to just do 1 check and survive. I'll then Digivolve into the Jazzareachmon, and that will end my turn. My opponent reminds me to reboot, so we don't forget and misplay again. Keenan is returned to hand to Digivolve for free into the Ravemon Burst Mode, so we get to see some of this shenanigans again. They're going to choose the Metallicdramon from my hand to go to trash. I do have more than 7 cards in my hand, so my security does not get added to my hand. They're then going to swing, bottom decking the Metallicdramon to delete the Metallicdramon that's on the field. Does 1 check, it's just going to be a Vorvomon. They're going to play out a Falcomon, so they can look at the top 3. It's a really good search. They're going to grab the Peckmon and the Keenan. Choosing to pop the purple memory boost, they'll go back up to 2 memory. They'll then Digivolve into the Peckmon for 2. Passing turn by Digivolving into the Chromon for 3. The Ravemon is then going to go back into the normal Ravemon form. I'm then going to draw to start my turn. I will hatch the Gigimon. I do forget to gain the memory from Hina. I then Digivolve into the Vorvomon. Digivolving again into the Jazzareachmon, suspending Hina to do the on-play, which will play out another Hina and Digivolve the Ravemon into Chromon, and then I'll be able to Digivolve into the Volcanicdramon, suspending the Hina to do the on-play, which will delete both of the Chromons on the field. Unfortunately, I'm going to lose a lot of my hand. A total of 4 cards need to be trashed from my hand, so I'm going to get rid of a lot of the options to delete things since this board's going to be clear. I'm also going to suspend the Analog Youth to gain a memory and hatch the Pinamon, and get rid of 1 last option, and then I'm going to choose to get rid of a Jazzamon. My opponent is going to be at 7 memory for their turn, which is still a lot. They're going to Digivolve into the Falcomon in Raising, Digivolve into the Peckmon, Digivolve into the Chromon. Again, we remember that these tamers were suspended during my turn, so they should be unsuspended. Then Digivolving into the Ravemon to pass turn on 1. No memory gain from Hina because they don't have anything out on the field. I'll move out the Vorvomon and swing at security, trashing the top card of security because I have a tamer out, then doing 2 checks. The second check is going to hit the option card, which will delete the Vorvomon, but I can still swing for game with the Jazzareachmon, so that will take us to game 3. I will be starting again. I'm hatching the Gigimon. There are no level 3s in sight, so I'm just going to play out the Lavovomon for 4, searching the top 4, hopefully finding a 3. I don't, so I'm going to take the Jazzardmon, placing the rest at the bottom of the deck in any order. My opponent will start their turn. They're going to hatch the Pinamon, then going to play out the Keenan for 3. I am not going to trash anything, so they're going to gain a memory and draw a card. Playing another Keenan, I do not trash anything. They gain another memory and another card, then playing the Analog Youth. Looking at the top 3, they'll grab the Falcomon and then trash the rest. Hopefully, I'll also be able to find a level 3 for my turn, so I'm going to draw. Unluckily, I do not get the 3, so I'm going to just swing at security. I'm going to survive the check, and then play out the Jazzardmon. Looking at the top 4, I am going to see the Jazzamon, so I'm going to immediately take that. The rest will go to the bottom of the deck in any order. My opponent will start their turn. They're going to Digivolve into the Falcomon. They do have the level 4, so they'll Digivolve into the Peckmon for 2. And then they're going to be able to Digivolve into the Chromon for 3. They're definitely set up for a Ravemon play next turn. I'm going to unsuspend and then Digivolve into the Jazzamon. I'm going to need Hina at some point, so I'm going to choose to play her now. And then I'm going to Digivolve in Raising into the Jazzardmon. Passing turn on 2, we'll see what my opponent can do. They're going to move out, swing at security. They're able to Digivolve mid-swing into the Ravemon. It is going to be the Ravemon with jamming, so we really need to see an option here. It's only doing one check, and that's going to be just a Ravemon. Triggering his end of attack, he'll delete himself, so he gets to do all the inheritables. Chromon will delete the Jazardmon, then he's going to make me trash 3 cards from my hand, and then I will be adding 1 card from my security to my hand. Of course, that card is going to be a hero, so I don't even get the free memory setter from one of their checks. Then going to gain a memory from Pinamon and another from Analog Youth, hatching the Pinamon in Raising, and they will be able to continue their turn. Digivolve into the Sukaimon. They're then going to Digivolve into the Peckmon, which will pass turn on 1. Really wish I had that hero on the field now. And because they don't have any Digimon, Hina's not going to gain me any memory either. I'm going to move out the Jazardmon and Digivolve into the Lava Garitamon. Ravemon is going to be played at the end of my turn. They're going to be able to spend the 2 Keenans to be able to gain 2 memory. The turn then starts and they're going to be able to draw for their turn, unsuspend all their Tamers, and now swinging with the Ravemon. They have chosen to keep the Peckmon in Raising, and then they're going to play the option again. They'll delete the Ravemon to delete the Lava Garitamon, and next turn Ravemon will return from the grave once more. I am going to have to trash a card from my hand. I'm going to choose to just get rid of one of my level 3s and then add my top card of security to hand. They'll then Digivolve into Chromon to pass turn, so in maybe even a second Ravemon coming out, I'll hatch the Gigimon, Digivolve into the Gilmon, and play out the Metallic Dramon. Because nothing was deleted, my opponent's unsuspended Digimon will not be able to Digivolve, so that should hopefully prevent any bursting shenanigans. They're going to suspend the Keenan to be able to gain the extra memory. They'll move out the Chromon, and then they're going to play the option again. They'll able to delete the Metallic Dramon, so I no longer have a blocker, have to add the top card of my security to hand, and then they get to swing through with the Chromon for game. DragonLinks just not quite able to keep up with the latest decks, but hopefully we get some more support for them soon. Catch you next time.